Hi, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will walk you through how to download and set up Kali Linux within our lab environment. To get started, head over to the Kali Linux website like so, then click on Get Kali, then select Virtual Machines, and you can use this download button here to select the VirtualBox image. Once you've downloaded this, it will be a zip folder that you will then need to extract. I've went ahead and downloaded a Kali Linux virtual machine for VirtualBox. As you can see, the folder is zip. Therefore, simply right-click and select Extract All. Excellent. So our files has been extracted. Simply access the directory like so, and this first file, which is the virtual machine definition, right-click, select Open With, and then select VirtualBox Manager like so. This will automatically import this virtual machine into VirtualBox. But before we power it on, there's a couple of things that we need to perform. Firstly, let's ensure that nested virtualization is actually turned on our Kali Linux virtual machine. To do this, simply select the Kali Linux virtual machine like so, click on Settings, then head over to System, Processor, and here we can see the nested virtualization feature is actually disabled. Let's click on Cancel and let's close this. To enable nested virtualization, we need to perform this using our command line interface. Simply open the command prompt like so. Once the command prompt is open, change the directory to the location of where VirtualBox is installed. This will be cd/c:/program files, like so, /oracle/VirtualBox, and hit enter. Next, we will use VBox manage to identify the list of virtual machines. To do this, let's type VBox like so, manage, followed by list VMs. This will show us a list of all the virtual machines we currently have within VirtualBox, and we get their virtual machine ID. I'm going to copy this to make things simple in our next step. And to enable nested virtualization, we'll use VBox manage once more, like so. We'll specify modify VM like this. And within quotations, I'll specify the name of the virtual machine. Then I'll use nested-hw for hardware-virt and specify on, like so. Once this command executes properly, we'll get a new prompt like so. We can close the command prompt and let's reopen VirtualBox once more. This time, I'm going to click on Settings, going to click on System, Processor, and if you notice, we now have nested virtualization enabled on this Kali Linux virtual machine. At this point, you can feel free to increase the number of CPUs allocated to your virtual machine. On the motherboard section, you can increase the number of RAM. Perhaps you want to increase it to, let's say, 4 gigs. You can do so like this. If you remember from our topology, the Kali Linux virtual machine is connected to 3 networks. On network adapter 1 or VNIC 1, it is connected to the internet. To put simply, we can add this connection directly through our host computer, but the preferred thing is to actually bridge the network adapter. Simply select Bridge Adapter, then select the network adapter using the drop-down menu that is directly connected to the internet. Your network adapters might be named a little different, so select the one that's directly connected, whether it is your Ethernet adapter or your Wi-Fi adapter. Next, click on Adapter 2, like so. Enable this adapter. With Adapter 2, this will be connected to our pentest network. Simply enable, use a drop down here for Attach to, and select Internal Network. Next, use a drop-down and select PentestNet. If you don't see PentestNet, simply type it in the field manually. For promiscuous mode, simply set allow all or allow VMs. Next, for adapter tree, let's enable it. An adapter tree will be connected to the Red Team Lab network. Simply use a drop-down here, select internal network, and if we use a drop-down, we will not see the Red Team network. Therefore, we need to delete the name like so and type it in manually. So this is Red Team Lab, like so, and we'll set a promiscuous mode to allow all, and simply click on OK. At this point, we have configured our virtual network adapters. Next, let's power on our Kali Linux virtual machine. Simply select the virtual machine and click on Start. While powering on the Kali Linux virtual machine, if you get this error that says cannot enable nested VTX, AMDV without nested paging or unrestricted guest execution, you could simply go back into settings, and a small workaround would be to simply disable the nested virtualization. We don't necessarily need this. It's like a nice to have at this point, but if it is you are running virtualization inside of a virtual machine, such as your virtual machine itself and another virtual machine, then definitely you'll need a nested virtualization. So I'm going to start this VM once more. And here you can see the Kali Linux virtual machine is powering on. Great. Once you get a logon screen, simply log in as Kali, which is the default username and password. You can simply click on View, and you can automatically resize the Kali Linux window to fit your desktop. Great. Let's open the terminal, like so, and we can change our password. So I'll make this a little bigger so we can see the text clearly. To change your password, simply type passwd like so, hit enter. You will need to enter your current password, and then you will need to enter your new password. Please keep in mind the password is invisible for security reasons. And I've entered my password incorrectly. Let me fix this. Great, my password has changed. Next, I'm going to type the IP address command like so. And let's verify whether I have an IP address on all of my network adapters. So ETH0 is connected to my actual network. This here should have internet connectivity. This network adapter, which is ETH1, is connected to the Pentest network, so it got an IP address automatically. And ETH2 is connected to the Red Team Lab network. Excellent. So we know the DHCP service and the network adapters are correctly configured. Great. Having completed this video, you have learned how to configure and set up Kali Linux as a virtual machine. At this point, Kali Linux should have end-to-end connectivity to the Metasploitable tree Windows virtual machine and any virtual machine that is connected to the Red Team Lab network. Furthermore, you should have internet connectivity on network adapter 1 so that Kali Linux will be able to download and install packages from the internet. I hope this video has been informative for you, and thank you for viewing.